This is our first waifu video, I think.
Yeah, this is the first one we're recording.
Okay. What are we talking about today, buddy?
Oh my god. We're talking about some silly, stupid waifus. A bit of a waifu rant.
Okay.
The anime in question, because I will be doing this by anime, is Re:Zero. That's just a short name for it because I can't remember the Japanese or English name. Sadly, because I'm dumb. But super good. Highly recommend.
Do you call yourself a fan of this? You can't even remember the name?
Listen, I can tell you who did what in what episode. I couldn't tell you the name. Because it just goes by Re:Zero because its name is long. Or it's Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World. There it is. I just looked it up. It actually is. I was just fucking with you. And there's a really large cast of characters. And boy, can I not stress how unoriginal some of them are and how completely annoyingly original some of them are.
How does that work?
So, we're going to start with number 1. Amelia, the main waifu. The first one he runs into. And I would say she's not very original. You see a lot of characters like her. She indirectly likes the main character, but is never upfront about it, never talks about it. She basically curves his advances, and he doesn't even really make advances, he just compliments her a lot, always gasses her up, is always by her side, and she literally treats him like dog shit throughout the entire show. And what they don't know is the stick of the show is the fact that the character can never truly die. He has the ability called True Death because he's summoned into another world by another something, and this ability basically means he can never truly die, but it's just weird, and none of them know that because once he dies, say he gets to point A, if on his way to point B, if he dies before he gets to point B, he goes back to point A, and everyone else remembers nothing. And if he tries to talk about it, not only does he die, but the others that he tries to tell are at risk of dying themselves. Being killed, and then he doesn't get to go back and save her, or stop that from happening. Which is the thing that happens a lot throughout the show. There's multiple times where he sticks a broken sword into his neck to kill himself so he can go back and try to save somebody.
Okay, what does this have to do with the waifu, though?
This bitch, no matter what he does, he's never good enough for her. She treats him like utter garbage. It's like, Subaru-kun, you're so great, blah, 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 thank you, I appreciate you so much. But she doesn't appreciate him. She treats him like shit. And she's just she's basic. She's a half-elf who uses spirit magic, quote unquote. Fucking purple eyes, doesn't look very fucking different. It's just, and there's this thing where everyone doesn't like her because there was a witch a couple thousand years ago. And she's infuriating. And also she talks a lot and really fast. There's literal memes going around of Eminem doing Rap God, and then he does one part and then she does the other part, and she's talking just as fast as Eminem. And that's normal speed. She talks really fast in a lot of scenes. And she's just an annoying character, and her voice is annoyingly high pitched for an anime character. I don't like Amelia. She's a pain in the ass.
Okay. I have never seen this anime, so I have no opinions on it. We're just gonna have him throw it down, I guess.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Amelia.
Okay.
And boy, oh boy, is she again not original. She's it's so frustrating. Of the anime, I'd literally say she's the Sakura equivalent. Which Brian doesn't understand that comparison either. But a lot of people that do, they know. Sakura, useless. Sakura's compared with, she is a useless character. It's so frustrating. And the main character is just completely devoted to her for no good reason. Next, we're going to move on to a different waifu.
Alright.
Her name is Rem. She's a demon, or half demon. And she's my favorite on the show. Probably one of my top 5 waifus of all time. She's short, blue hair, has a horn that only appears when she's using her powers. so that's a perk. It's not there all the time. And she dressed up as a fucking maid. Like, that's lit. That's her average dress up.
Why?
Because she is a maid.
Oh.
I'll catch
Okay.
up with you in a bit.
And she's literally, like, in all anime history, literally the sweetest waifu of all time. Okay? She, like, at first doesn't like Subaru a lot. Eventually she starts to, like, talk to him, learn about his character, or, like, learn about him as a person, especially after she kills him a few times. And eventually it gets to the point to where their relationship grows, and she tells Subaru, she's like, hey, I love you. And there's literally a turning point in the anime where he had the option to be like, all right, forget Emilia, forget all of them, I'm just going to go with Rem, be happy. And he's like, sorry, I love Emilia too much. And she's like, I know, that's why I love you so much. And she sticks by his side, has his back throughout the rest of the show. And it's just, it's mind-blowing because Rem deserved 100% better, and it really pisses me off that they shafted her so hard. Like, I 100% would have been okay if Subaru was like, nah, I'm sick of this bitch, I'm out. Let's go, Rem, come on. Let's have cute blue-haired babies. It's super annoying, and she's great. Rem is super good. All right, she's kind. She's actually really powerful for, like, a character, like a side character. Like, she obviously, like, the theme of this anime is Subaru being, like, basically powerless throughout the show. Even though he's the main character, he's completely useless. Everyone else, slimes could beat his ass, probably. The fodder, like, dog enemies can kill him. They do a lot. But it's just, like, Rem is just so good. She's OP. She's busted. She's cute. She's nice. She knows how to clean, okay? Because she has a twin sister who's also a maid. And she can't clean, and Rem does all the mansion work and cleans up after her sister when she tries to clean and fucks it all up. Like, she's the ultimate package. She's lit. She's cool. Favorite waifu. Like, seriously. Top fucking tier. And honestly, I'm not giving her enough voice time, but there's 4 others that I have to get to.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We're going to conveniently also listed her sister, Rim? Rim. Like rim job. Rim. I think. I can't remember. It's because they say her name weird in the anime, and everyone calls her Rim, like, that I talk to, so that's what I'm going with. But anyway, Rim. Red-haired. By the way, another side note really quick from Rem, she's super positive. Very uplifting. You just did a backstab attack. GG. That's the way to play the whole game. I'm not joking with you.
Okay.
Rem, super positive. Rim is fucking negative as shit. And it's great. It's honestly great because pessimistic, like, I'm a pessimist. I'm all fucking about that. She's terrible at housework. She's a horrible person to Subaru, the main character. She treats him like utter garbage. The whole show basically assumes he's a pervert the entire time, when generally, actually, for a main character, he's not very perverted, in my opinion. He's generally a bit better about that. He's not like some characters from other series I won't name because I gotta stay focused. And she treats him like garbage, like completely, utterly treats him like shit. She at one point, like, refuses to help him because she's like, well, my sister, like, cares about you, and that makes me mad. I don't like that. Brian's getting his shit rocked right now. Just circle around and backstab.
I'm doing better than I was last time.
That's fair. That's fair. You can also heal yourself. You have 3 kills per life.
I ain't doing that.
Okay. You can also boost your attack power.
Nah.
Okay. Also, Cinder Block does more damage than the bite. Okay. And Rim is generally, like, very negative about things. But the plus side about her being so negative is she's very, like, down to earth and tactical. Like, if I want, like, for a starting lineup for, like, a fight, like Smash Bros or something. Not even Smash Bros. I'm thinking of, like, Dragon Ball Heroes, like Super Dragon Ball Heroes, those games where you have, like, a starting lineup for attackers and defenders and shit like that. I'd 100% want Rem because she's really strong. She's almost as strong as or no, I want Rim because she's almost as strong as Rem, but she's a lot more battle experienced and she uses magic. She's a magic caster, whereas Rem is a melee user. Rim does magic and she's pretty powerful compared to some of the other characters. Amelia is stupidly powered because she channels her abilities through powerful spirits. Some of the magic casters like do all things like it's weird, but Rem, for not using crutches like other characters, she's pretty powerful. And also she's like super cool. She looks just like Rem. Rim looks just like Rem, but red hair or pink hair. So like, you know, that's cool. Like there's really no difference. Oh, also her eyes are fucking red and Rem's are fucking blue. So fucking perks. Kawaii as fuck.
I just backtracked on accident.
Yeah, I saw that. You see your map, right? Those little dots are where you've been.
Oh.
And how recently, like those faded ones off to your left, and there's gonna be another path to the left. That means you haven't been there in a while.
I see.
Yeah, this is Code Vein. Brian put his character in a towel, and his character, besides the halo and cat ears, looks kind of like Rem. Now that I think about it. So I'm gonna move on from Rim because besides all that, I don't have much to talk about her. She's there. She's pretty good. She's like out of the show my second. Rem obviously first. Rim second. Amelia is like wherever the bottom is. Wherever the bottom starts, that's Amelia. Next, I'm gonna do these ones in a bunch because honestly, like they haven't been in the show enough to really all of them get a solid placing because they're all just there. Are the 7 witches throughout the show, which to my knowledge never all existed at the same time, or if they did, they were all killed around the same time by one witch. But there are 7 witches, all of each sin. So the witch of sloth, the witch of greed, the witch of gluttony, the witch of lust.
Lust is one. Wrath is another.
Wrath, the witch of wrath, and the witch of.
Did you say greed?
Yeah, I did say greed.
Envy.
Envy. The witch of envy killed all the other witches. So, and there's not much known about it. But for the other witches, the witch of lust is like this powerhouse, like melee fighter. Like when she's introduced, she's really strong. And her thing, like, because each witch witch has their own like kind of like creed. So the people around them are affected by it. The witch of lust doesn't allow people to die because she loves people so much. And so, like, Subaru tries to kill himself to escape death, and she, like, revives him from death just from him being in her presence. The witch of greed, the witch of gluttony is this, I don't know how old she is, because all the witches are technically hundreds of years old, but she looks like, kind of like a child. 2 of them do, actually. And she's, like, attached to, like, a weird coffin, sarcophagus thing with legs that walks around. She's kind of creepy and weird, but she's obsessed with eating things, and she created the 3 beast plagues of the world that they're living in, which are, what is it? The killer whales. They're flying fucking whales with horns, so basically flying narwhals that obliterate civilizations and kill them. And then there's a swarm of rabbits that infinitely multiply but eat everything. Oh, and they're carnivorous rabbits. They run around eating people.
Squabbits.
She wanted to solve the world's hunger problem. So she's like, here's an infinite amount of rabbits. You can kill them, you can eat them. Basically. And then there's a giant snake that hasn't been introduced to the show, so no one knows where it's at. But it's there. It's a giant snake that can destroy the world.
Gormanganda.
What?
I don't know. I know it's a snake in Norse mythology.
Oh yeah, the serpent son of Loki, the one that wraps around the world.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it. I just know his name.
Oh yeah, I know things. I read books.
I didn't.
Yeah, I can tell. It's okay, buddy. His hair's soft. Okay, and so there's that witch, and she's okay. The Witch of Love is really cool. She's a tall, blonde. There's the Witch of Wrath, who's the other one that looks like a child. And basically, in her presence, if you like, I don't know, if she touches you, basically you fall to pieces. There's one point she touches Subaru's arm and says something. I can't remember the exact quote, but his arm literally like breaks into pieces of glass, like just from her sheer strength. Like, it's weird. Like, these witches are weird. They are 100% waifus because they're all female, and they're honestly all like pretty cool. I'd say my favorite one is the Witch of Greed. Yes. The Witch of Greed is the one that the main character has the most interactions with, because her greed is wanting to know everything in the world. She craves knowledge. She's kind of like Hermaeus Mara from Skyrim. Like, she'll grant you wishes and help you in your way, but you have to give her knowledge. And you're kind of tracking, it's like an infinite loop. And she's cool. She looks similar to Amelia, and looks as in her hair and her eyes a little bit. She's got a very cool demeanor, but is also strangely perverted. She jokes around with Subaru, saying that because she has tea parties that she invites him to in like this weird astral plane, and she makes jokes about him drinking her pee, not actual tea.
Gross.
And like, she's like, oh, how could you? She blushes. She's like, oh, how could you so easily drink my bodily fluids like that? And he spits it out. She's like, oh, I was just joking. How could you treat my bodily fluids like that? Just spitting them out. Like, she's weird. She's a weird one for sure. But she's the most important witch. And she's probably like my third favorite character just because of how weird she is. She's a generally, I think, in the community liked of like the fan base of the show. And you know, good character. Nothing really to hate. The next character is gonna be I can't remember how to say her name. Starts with a B.
That's not very helpful.
Beatrice, something like that.
I haven't seen the show.
I know. That's the worst part. If you watch the show, you'll run into her in like the third or fourth episode. Maybe fifth. She's a spirit that guards a library at the mansion that they live at for a portion of the show. And she's trapped there. And the main character has a few run-ins with her. She's generally negative, like worse than Rin. She's really mean. At one point, I think she does kill him too. A lot of people end up killing him. Like, he dies a lot. Like, every episode, at least twice.
My dream.
And she kind of calls him stupid. She's got a really like negative. She's very tsundere. She's powerful. Like, she's scary. Like, but she does. She's there. That's why she's low on the list. She's right above Amelia. She's in the 4th spot. It's really just because I hate Amelia that she's up there. She's blonde, short. She has weird pink and blue eyes, which always throws me off. You can easily backstab. Like, this character's made it easy.
The game says otherwise.
Oof. My brother.
Nah.
You got this. Oh, what? You said you don't heal, Brian.
You obviously haven't been paying attention.
That's true. The spirit Beatrice is generally pretty nice. She helps Subaru a lot. Sometimes she doesn't mean to. Like, he baits her into answering questions. And she gets mad. Obviously, she does like a little pouty face kind of thing. And I don't know. I like her more than Amelia because she's not Amelia. Because Amelia's a turd on legs.
I died.
Yeah. Can you help? A lot of useless ranting and rambling, but fuck Amelia, stupid bitch.
Yep.
So sick of it.
That'll be the first episode of Waifu Month. We're gonna have some different stuff. We're gonna do like a Smash Bros. Tourney with just like all the female fighters with us versus like level 9 CPUs or something. That's gonna
get knocked out.
It's gonna be awful, yeah.
Do you have Bayonetta?
It's your Switch, I don't know.
Oh fuck.
But yeah,